Hello, this is John, creator of John's Deep Dives. This video will go into 3 Power Rangers movies, starting with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. We hope you enjoyed today's program. I'm just going to get to the movie. Before we get into this video, please like and subscribe so YouTube can grow. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie stars the same Rangers who stayed for the rest of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show and beyond. So we get a $15 million Power Rangers movie that definitely was ahead of its time, with great sets and new Zords that looked like spaceships from the original Star Wars movie. The only thing that kept this movie successful was that people spent more money and made great sets and better fight scenes that really slapped. Also, the movie had okay 90s boppy music. So all the Power Rangers have to save Austria from a very scary villain who wants to turn people into zombies and eventually end them, but these kids plus Power Rangers save them just in time. Also, Goldar, Rita, Lord Zed, Bulk, and Skull are featured in the movie. Bottom line, if you like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show, you'll like the movie. It was a box office success with a profit of 4 times as much money that was spent to make the movie. But yeah, great sets, good acting, and definitely darker than the show. Let's start with some facts from Power Rangers Turbo the movie. Power Rangers Turbo the movie was made in 1997, right before the TV show, Power Rangers Turbo. It was originally going to be a 3-hour-long movie, but was cut to 1 hour and 40 minutes. And finally, our last fact. 3 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers showed up in this one. Those would be Jason David Frank, Austin St. John, and Amy Jo Johnson. Okay, let's talk about Power Rangers Turbo in the broadest sense possible. So we have 5 Turbo Power Rangers named Tommy, Adam, Rocky, Tanya, and Justin. As I mentioned before, we get former Power Rangers like Kimberly and Jason from Mighty Morphin featured as minor characters.
Right now my dive computer says we're at 435 feet. The closer we get to Maranthius, the sub's gonna start to climb. Once we hit 100 feet, we pop this off the wall and then boom.
Power Rangers Turbo also establishes the young Power Ranger of the group, which would be Justin the Blue Ranger. Much of Turbo is essentially boring adventure, like ships and lightning storms, a wizard who has curing powers, Power Rangers against sea creatures, animals, monsters, etc. It was cool seeing Austin St. John and Amy Jo Johnson appear in Turbo. Also, Paul Schreier and Jason Narvi appear as Bulk and Skull. There aren't too many frightening scenes in Power Rangers Turbo. The only one that sticks out is the finale fight scene. So was Power Rangers Turbo the movie any good? I give it a 3 out of 10. I think Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie was a little bit better. I should also mention that our main villain is Divatox and Zordon is still at large.
Excuse me.
Why, thank you.
Anytime. Oh man, tough room.
We end this video with our third movie, Power Rangers 2017. So long story short, they seem to want to rewrite the original story, so they use Mighty Morphin Power Ranger names like Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini, Kimberly, along with Rita, Goldar, and Zordon. This is very confusing because in this version, they changed the forms of these characters to somewhat different from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know, the show that established these characters. Let's talk about the Power Rangers. Like Mighty Morphin, the Power Rangers use the same names and the colors they morph into. Throughout Power Rangers 2017, these teens are very anxious sorts, and for much of the movie, they are not Power Rangers until the last 30 minutes or so. The only one that kept the group to be Power Rangers was Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. She also had the most depth and is my favorite Ranger. The villains in this version are very different as well. Rita and Goldar, but especially Goldar, is a CGI alien monster. Many of the scary moments are when aliens and other life forms attack the city of Angel Grove. The conclusion of Power Rangers 2017 is as follows. While Power Rangers 2017 is impressive, well, sort of, it was a huge box office disappointment. I don't even know what the movie's target audience was. It wasn't advertised very well, so it did very poorly with a $100 million plus budget. It looked more like a Marvel movie more than a Power Rangers flick. Power Rangers 2017 had a few cameo appearances. It featured Jason David Frank, Amy Jo Johnson, and Matt Shively. Bottom line, of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, Turbo Power Rangers the movie, and Power Rangers 2017, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie is at number 1 on the list for production values and an overall story. Let's do something different. This video will be exploring an underrated topic of Power Rangers Megaforce / Super Megaforce, music. But first, let's look at a little history. From 2013 through 2014, Megaforce Power Rangers aired on Nickelodeon. Megaforce had a strong yet stable viewership, with 2.14 million viewers on average. Then at the end of the show, Nickelodeon averaged 1.89 million viewers. Megaforce and Super Megaforce had decent viewership overall, and should be talked about. Why? Because it was a good show in the Power Rangers franchise. And that's when music comes in. Megaforce Power Rangers had a very simple premise in its storytelling, but music had a staple in the aspects of its action and exciting moments. So when we see moments like Power Rangers in space morphing shots, or crowd shots, or just dancing, you know there's going to be good music. Let's start off with our first clip from Megaforce Power Rangers. This moment never hit me that hard before today. Let's roll it!
Come on, relax a little bit. Join the party.
This moment shows the Power Rangers celebrating their victory with pop music. This is something we don't see very often in Power Rangers, but Megaforce had it. This moment also shows a possible growing friendship between Gia and Troy. I think we all can agree that shows like Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, In Space, and even Lost Galaxy had rock music like that was it. But Megaforce was different and was also after the 1990s when rock music was popular. Throughout Megaforce, you will hear similar rock and roll music, but some pop music is thrown into the mix. This was a new era for kids, and throughout Megaforce Power Rangers, the music did change. In this next clip, we will see an example of punk rock in a concert. This episode is in Super Megaforce.
Every day, all we wanna have is fun.
Turns out there's a story behind the singers of the song. You see, the performers on stage in this clip were Rangers named Mia and Antonio from Samurai Power Rangers. There's even a music video for the song Everyday Fun, where all Samurai Rangers are in the crowd of their set. Power Rangers Megaforce, primarily Super Megaforce, had a few appearances from Samurai, particularly in episodes like Samurai Surprise, The Perfect Storm, and Emperor Mavro. By this time, Samurai and Super Samurai established its universe with Megaforce and Super Megaforce. Super Megaforce episode Emperor Mavro will be the most memorable, introducing the Samurai Power Rangers as musicians. Very entertaining episode. Let's roll our final clip.
Super Mega Mode! Super Mega Mode!
You're probably thinking like, why is this part of the video important? Because this kind of music sounds more hip. There have been many episodes with this tone of music. It also has a dance beat as well. Like I said, we were going in a different direction making this video. Super Megaforce expanded their genre of music, of both rock, punk rock, and pop. The music in Megaforce / Super Megaforce is very interesting. So much so that a YouTuber like me is talking about it. Music usually shows the intensity of a scene or a way to get ready for a scene. Through Megaforce and Super Megaforce, we get all kinds of good dance music. Let's talk about how Emily the Yellow Ranger should have been leader in Samurai Power Rangers. Before we go any further, please like and subscribe so more videos get sent to the universe. Okay, back to the show. We start off with a training session between Emily and Mike in the dojo as Kevin the Blue Ranger looks on. Since Mike wins in this training session, Kevin tells Emily that she is too nice and should toughen up. Then Emily and Mia go to the mall to get some clothes that are on sale. Our main villain for the episode, A Strange Case of the Munchies, has a plan to throw dirt at the Samurai Power Rangers to make them constantly want to eat as they get demorphed. But before this happens, Mia and Emily go through a montage of outfits until Emily finds the tough look one. I mean, you can't go wrong with cargo and sunglasses, am I right? But Mia tells Emily that it's not just the clothes that makes you tough. In the end, it's you. Then Bulk and Spike are also looking through stuff as Mia and Emily come out of the mall. Mia drops her wallet so that Bulk and Spike follow her, to give her wallet back. Then the villain comes to attack random people with a toxic dirt to make them excessively hungry. Then the Power Rangers come to fight the villain. Bulk and Spike want to be samurai, at least in the training process, so Emily gets tough on them to bring out this side of her. Then she tells them a 500 wax on the dummy combination. Then the Power Rangers set siren rings, meaning the Nylok monsters are out there causing trouble. So far, only Jaden and Emily are the only ones who can fight. So Emily goes into an intense battle with a toxic dirt villain and beats him. It's also said that the villain has a dirty mouth, and at one point, he almost says the F word. Yep, not kidding. So in the end, Emily and Jaden beat the villain. Bulk and Spike finally had enough of training, and Spike gives Emily Mia's wallet. All in all, episode A Strange Case of the Munchies is a great episode. I remember the first time I watched it, it really was relatable to me.
Away!
Not white! Power! Wall!
As I said in the beginning of the video, we will keep addressing how Emily the Yellow Samurai Power Ranger should have been leader of the Power Ranger Samurai. Let's go into some more episodes to draw this conclusion. Let's talk about the episode Sticks and Stones. Emily is again leader in this episode. I grant you this episode is earlier in the series, but it is worth noting when we talk about Emily. Sticks and Stones follows the old trope. Sticks and stones won't break my bones, and names will never hurt me. So our villain in the episode is a bully. The only way he can win is to insult the Power Rangers or try to get under their skin by revealing possible secrets. Emily will not budge under the influence of being insulted. Emily was raised tough, so when Emily was in school, she had continuous bullies which made her tougher than most. Emily is noted for not having much talent other than her ever-development of being a Samurai Power Ranger. In the end, Emily and Jaden are the only ones left to fight the Nylok bully. Nyloks are minor and major villains in Power Ranger Samurai, so time and time again, Emily is shown as the toughest one in episode Sticks and Stones. So in the end, it's assumed that she fainted right after the villain is defeated, but in the very last scene, she is obviously pretending. Well, that's the gist of Sticks and Stones. In the episode There Go the Brides, Emily also has an underrated lead role. It was she who got the brides out in the end, and she sets a trap for the villain. She was also sort of a backup ranger at the same time. Our fourth and last episode that I will be talking about is called Team Spirit. Team Spirit is easily the saddest episode of the four. The Nylok villain is a soul stealer. In the first attack, the Power Rangers try to fight him, but his face keeps coming off and strikes the Power Rangers, which steals Emily's soul. So when Emily is in the dojo resting, the Samurai Rangers think of ideas to track down and lure the soul-stealing Nylok. Mike goes down first to try to cut through the concrete post to lure him out of the crack from the netherworld. That doesn't work, so Antonio, the Gold Samurai Ranger, has a breakthrough idea of combining Simu powers from each of the Power Rangers to empower a small gold Zord to grow big and have super strength. I should also mention that all of this is on her birthday, assuming around 21 years old by the year 2010. So in the coolest of ways, Antonio's gold Zord grows really big, and he goes through lots of gold screens, aka transformations, that leads to his Zord to fight the Nylok. Since the Nylok was marked, Antonio and the others fight him in a super cool fashion and beat him, By this time, the souls are being given back to the people, and of course, Emily gets her soul back too. At the end, the Samurai Power Rangers give Emily a birthday surprise. Team Spirit kind of feels like a retread of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy's birthday episode. How often do we hear about Power Rangers shows in same universe? We will show you how Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is in universe with Power Rangers in space. As you can see, Power Rangers from both Lost Galaxy and in space are together here.
Never thought I'd be needing this again.
Deca, close the exit ramps.
Exit ramps closing. Ay, ay, ay! Power Rangers!
There are many things that put Power Rangers Lost Galaxy in universe with Power Rangers in space. We also have Astronema aka Corone, played by Melody Perkins from In Space, as the second Power Ranger in Lost Galaxy. The end of the In Space finale showed that Corone could be better after being unwired, so when Kendricks is over, Corone takes her place as the Pink Ranger. After the episode The Power of Pink, Melody Perkins is the second Pink Ranger until the finale. If you look at the finale of Power Rangers in Space, you would see that the In-Space Rangers are not exactly hanging up their suits yet, which would expand into Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So what do we get in this universe? A full cast of in-space Power Rangers, plus the main villain as the second Pink Ranger for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. The same spaceship. I mean, there are so many things that In Space left for Lost Galaxy. Even though Power Rangers In Space and Lost Galaxy are pretty much their own shows, they are both space-themed. When In Space ended, Lost Galaxy was in production to continue the universe. As far as I know, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy doesn't really have a shared universe with any other Power Ranger show. You're probably like, what about Megaforce? I know most of the Lost Galaxy and In Space Rangers showed for the finale of Megaforce, but that is another story for another day. And that doesn't count in universe. I think I've covered the reasons why Lost Galaxy and In Space are in shared universe. Thanks for watching.
How about 11 of us? Huh? Yeah! Oh, yes, it can!
What makes a Power Ranger a Power Ranger? There are so many ways this has happened. Today's video will be talking about Jake Halling, the black and later green Megaforce Ranger. Before we continue, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Okay, back to the show. Jake may be the most underrated and most different Power Ranger of them all. Yes, I know I made a recent video about similar traits between Rangers like Carlos and Connor, but that's not what we're talking about today. Jake Halling is a character that is by and large the most different from any other Ranger that comes to mind. He also may be the straightest one too. What makes Jake Halling Jake Halling? Well, several things. In his very first scene of the show's pilot, we see that he likes girls. This is consistent with his character. I've made a shorter deep dive about this some time ago, which I would encourage you to check out. We all know that a big part of his character is his evolving crush on Gia, the Yell Ranger. At first, Jake and Gia were just classmates that didn't know each other very well before they became Power Rangers. Throughout Power Rangers Megaforce, Jake flirts with Gia and mostly tells Gia's best friend Emma that he has a crush on her and wants advice on how he should talk to her. This is a running gag for Jake's character and a key role of his personality. I also say he's straight because if he can't get Gia, he'll take Emma for the day. Jake and Emma are not shipped, but if Emma wants Jake for something, Jake will go with Emma for the day. The reason why Jake was chosen to be a Power Ranger in the first place was because of his athleticism. In the Megaforce pilot episode, he is noted for playing soccer and has boundless athleticism. This is shown in episodes like Mega Mission and Love is in the Air. Jake has just about unlimited range when it comes to soccer. Jake's actor Azim Risk said in an interview that he has around 8 years of experience in the sport of soccer. This is a main talent and characteristic of Jake Holling, which makes him one of my favorites. His animal spirit or animal Power Rangers theme is of the snake. Jake is talented and very athletic, but at the same time, he's not the strongest Megaforce Ranger. Jake loves girls. He loves his soccer ball. He's cool, and he is very loyal to the Megaforce friend group. There's more to Jake Holling than we think. In the Megaforce finale, Gia chooses Jake. There were several hints that this would happen. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank all of you for voting in the community polls. I am aware about movies coming out like Enola Holmes 3, Moana 3, and Descendants 5, among others. If you're interested in that subject, you can put a comment down below or vote in community polls. I'm also enthused about the Zombies vs. Descendants deep dive of the future. Alright, that's it for now. See yas!
I really love pictures of you smiling.
You both look so good in this picture.
Thanks, Jay.